Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. It's your boy, CIZZ, you dig live action from Kansas City, Missouri. And today we are back again with another guest. And I tell y'all every time, I tell y'all every week, I'm like, yo, I'm finna bring a fire guest back. And, I have to hit you with the New York accent with a fire guest. You feel me? And today, we got another one. We got one of the best photographers in Kansas City. And, he may be humble about it, but I'm going to say he's one of the best photographers in Kansas City. He's a fellow brother, as we like to bring individuals who are from our community onto the podcast so you guys can be inspired from individuals who look like you. So, with all that being said, I'm going to let the man of the hour introduce himself. Go ahead, my guy.
Yo, it's your boy Toriru. I am 25 years old. I am located here in Kansas City and I'm a photographer. I've been doing photography for 7 years professionally. I've been doing it for 4 and I've been on my own for a little bit and, just doing the entrepreneur thing as my own, photographer and business owner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And for my clarification, and then for the individuals who are from the city who don't know you yet, clarification, can you pronounce your Instagram name one more time and then explain where that comes from? So you said Toriru. Go ahead. You go
Yes,
ahead.
so it's Toriru. So this is how I always tell people. So you do ta and then you do re and then you. So it's ta, re, you, and then Toriru. And
Yeah.
my Instagram name is Toriru World. And my business one is Toriru Photos if you ever want to check out my work just to see exactly how I shoot and what type of content I create. And Toriru basically came from I started off as a clothing brand. So I did photography and clothing. So I had to pick one. And I wanted to go with photography. If I wanted to go ahead with the clothing, create a new buzz for myself. So I was at work one day, this when I was working at GM, and I'm big on anime. So I like anime. So I like to keep everything within the grasp of me. So everything has to be tied to me. My name, the way I dress, my colors, anything like that has to be tied to me. So I asked my homie Casper, I was like, yo, I need help. He was like, what's up? I was like, yo, I need to think of a name for my clothing brand and something new to call myself because I'm transitioning. He was like, okay, so what you thinking? I was like, we love anime, so let's stick to that. I was like, and you also know that people call me Trill. So I was like, okay, let's stick to that. So we looked up on Google how to pronounce Trill in Japanese, and that's how we came up with Toriru. So I did all the information to make sure I did the background on it and everything like that to make sure it did fit me. And it did. I made sure I did all the legal work and everything. And now I'm Toriru.
Wow, that's fire, man. Hey, you know what? I'm glad I asked that because that was a dope ass explanation.
Yes,
That's fire.
sir.
That's fire. I love that.
Yes, sir.
Oftentimes, not any shade to anybody, but oftentimes people come up with like some random ass names who have there's like no story behind it besides like, nah, I just came up with it. And again, no shade, to each their own. But I'm glad I asked that question because now when I see your name, I know what it comes from. I can connect it to something about your story. You feel me? So that's
Yes,
fire.
sir.
I love that. All right. So you mentioned you're 25. You mentioned you're local in Kansas City. But let's run it back to childhood. So are you born and raised in Kansas City? Where'd you go to school? Like what was the experience like growing up?
Okay, so I am here. I've been born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm a person that been hopped around school to school, house to house, and everything like that. So I have a lot of schools, but I graduated from Ruskin High School. My life growing up is kind of in a sense, I would say I don't want to call it cliche, but the typical hard life. One mother, this growing up trying to be the man of the household, which I am. So that really made me who I am. So seeing my mom, struggle. So we went through like the lights, the water, bills overdue, eviction notices and everything like that, staying with your grandma, going back and forth and everything. And I made a promise to her that I would never have her in that situation again. And I'm just thankful that I actually can keep that promise because whenever she really needs anything, they can call me. So I have 8 siblings underneath me. So I have basically all girls and 3 boys. It's me and my 2 brothers, and then the rest is all girls.
Wow.
Uh, having like little sisters is kind of hard because like they still want everything that is in the new and in the now. So
Yeah,
like me as the big brother, I always want to take that time and actually realize that the blessing I am to them, and also they are my motivation why I go hard every day.
I love that. I love that. Fun fact, I'm a family of 8 too, except I'm the opposite. I'm the baby, so I'm the one that's getting taken
Yeah,
care
get
of. You
get
feel me?
care of. you got
So
you got
so
the easy route.
yeah, I got the easy route. I get to learn from all the mistakes the old heads have.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes,
I love
sir.
that. I love that, man. That's fire. So, man, can you tell us a little bit about when you're a child, what did you want to be? Where did you see yourself being at 25? So think of 9-year-old you, and then imagine, what do you remember you thinking you were going to be when you were 25 years old?
All right, you want me to be completely honest?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I honestly didn't know what I was gonna be with my life. Like real talk, just being transparent. Yeah, a lot of people always say I want to be doctors, I want to be lawyers, but you gotta understand the people that I was around wasn't doctors or lawyers. So it was a whole nother world from where on my side of the fence. Like I always tell people, I come from like if you ever look at a documentary, how people have they're in a red line district. So the red line, the poverty line, the red line is the line that, the low income, everything like that. That's where I grew up. I grew up on the red line. So all I knew is, the hustle and everything like that. But I was blessed to have an African American mom, a black strong mom, to be like, hey, you're not gonna go that route. Even though we was around all that and I got family that's like that, but they seen something in me that honestly I didn't see within myself. So as time went on, I started looking at, okay, I just wanted to get a 9 to 5. But as I started getting older, I started realizing, okay, this is a passion that I actually have. Like this is something I actually can do. This is something that can possibly get me out. Yeah, you got the people who can rap and everything like that. I'm like, bro, I can't spit a bar to save my life, so I ain't about to do that. But if I can pick up this camera, or if I can learn how to, cut or sew this, then hey, you never know you don't know what you can do with your life. So as time went on, a lot of my family started seeing like I was the family member that had that vision, and they just basically just kept on my ass for real. Like just kept on me like, hey, like, yo, stay focused, do what you gotta do. So to clear it up, nah, I didn't even know what I was gonna be at 9 at all. I was out here kicking it, living
Kicking
life.
it. I feel it though. That's a great way to look at it, man. Or like, that's a great story to come from, because oftentimes, like you said, individuals come from a life where, they've had all these examples of what they could be like, or, like you said, you gave the examples like doctors, lawyers, but and it's funny that you brought that up, because like the podcast, and then also like this little apparel company I just started, like that's the whole focus of it. It's like, it's called Voices of Value, and that's kind of what the Culture Talks is about. It's like, yo, like 9-year-old you may not have seen, the fact that you had the power and capability to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a photographer, which you ended up being. But at that time, a photographer or a creative director or a fashion designer or whatever it might be,
Yes, sir.
because we're not exposed to that. We're not like growing up. We're not seeing us on TV doing that type of stuff. All we see is rapper, basketball player. Like that's all we see.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's good that you point that out, because that's the whole point of me bringing you on the episode, is so other young cats who like might be in the community, who may listen to this at 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, or 20, and they just don't know what they're doing, and they haven't like ran into somebody who's in the same line of work as you, and now you inspire them from this episode. So I just wanted to touch on that, because that's really the whole focus of this. So I like that. I
That's
love that. So was school something that you were really into? Like was
nah,
education? Nah. Talk a little bit about that.
nah.
What were some of the
Uh,
subjects that you really hated?
Yo, honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I honestly hated school. I started really skipping ninth grade. Ninth grade, I was like skipping, but this is when I noticed is that honestly, school don't give a like they don't care. Like they don't they really big on a no child left behind. They just keep pushing you till it's too late. Till you get to the very end and you like, oh dang, okay, like I can't graduate. Like, nah, bruh. So started off ninth grade, I started skipping. Then 10th grade came, 11th grade came, then 12th grade came. When 12th grade came, that's when I got hit with the okey doke. Like I was like, I started noticing they called my mom and they was like, hey yo, we gotta have a meeting. But this is the crazy part. The crazy part is when I got to the meeting, it was both of my big cousins in there with me. That's when I was like, bro, this is wild. Like we are really not shit, bro. We need to get our stuff together, bro. Like what are we doing? Like this, we should not be having a family reunion with is telling us that we're not gonna graduate unless we get this together.
Man,
So that's when I realized that I had to really get my act together. And also, I didn't like night school. So when they threatened me with night school, they was like, either you can go to class or you're gonna get night school. And I had a little brother that went to school with me. So I wanted to be a better example. So I was like, yo, okay, I ain't gonna go to night school. I'm not trying to do this. Let me get my act together. So, my mom, she helped me with Play-Doh because that was like a little extracurricular thing we have to do to catch ourselves back up. So she helped me with Play-Doh and I was knocking out real school and everything like that. And I got it together. And that's when I noticed, like, last minute, I was like, yo, like, okay, this is really serious. Like, I ain't even trying to be one of the people who don't get to walk. Like, I don't care what number in class I am, but as long as I get to walk the stage and call it a day, then yeah, that was just like my plan.
I feel that. So between freshman and senior year, like, had you picked up the camera yet? When was the what time of your life did you pick up the
So
camera or pick up cutting and sewing?
So that was my senior year. So the cutting and sewing was a little bit before I came back to school. It was me and my grandma. She taught me how to cut up a jean jacket and everything, rip it, bleach it, and all that stuff, good stuff. And then the camera came right after I graduated. So after I graduated, actually I started taking pictures with my phone. Nobody knows this, but iPhones are excellent. Like since the beginning, that's what I was doing. I was like, I want to be on Kicks on Fire. I love Kicks. And I was like, yo, I don't know if anybody really know what Kicks on Fire is, but when you get to be on Kicks on Fire and your photo get to be on there, that was like a dream for people with kicks. So I told my mom what I wanted to do and everything like that. So what I did was I kept taking pictures with phones and shoes and everything. This one I was going to Longview Community College. Excuse me. So then when I kept doing that, time went on. I got a buzz and I got an email asking basically give me the offer to be on there and everything like that. But we didn't really agree with the terms and conditions. So my mom was like, "Now we're gonna pass on it." So it was cool. I was like, "All right, bet." So later on down the line, she asked me, am I ready for a camera?" And I was like, "Yeah." So what I did was I gave up all my Christmas gifts just to get that one camera, and I didn't put it down ever since. And then that's when I basically was cool with a barber locally named Alili. He was a photographer at the time, and he was my first
Nigerian dude, right?
mentor. Yes,
Yeah,
sir. He
yeah,
was my
yeah.
very
Supposed to come
first
on the
mentor.
podcast.
Yes, sir. So, um, once he taught me, he put me in the field. My very first gig without him, and I was so scared. I was like, "Yo, I don't know what I'm doing. This is really big." But that was that was like one of the great best feelings in my heart to actually have his trust that I can go out and do it. And I went out and I killed it. He showed me what I could have did better, and I surpassed right there.
Love that. I love that, man. Can you talk about like maybe how important you think mentors are in regards to being a creative individual?
Mentors are so important. So when I say mentors are important, for example, most kids don't have someone in their life that looks like them. Most people don't know that it could be a kid that come from the same struggle as you, and you're overlooking them because at the end of the day, you're cocky, or whatever the case may be, or you don't really want to show nobody because you're scared they're going to show you up. Me personally, I have mentored multiple people and I love it. I love to see the people. I love to see people grow. When mentors give me the opportunity and they like give me opportunity to actually be underneath them, that is one of the best feelings because these are people that's been in vogue multiple times. These are people that's been around big clients. These are people that's been in the game longer than me. And looking at me, I'll probably look at me and laugh like, okay, like you want to be mentored. Okay, why do you think you want to be mentored? That is one of the most questions I ask. I say, why do you think you want to be mentored? If you can give me a solid answer, then hey, then I'm going to mentor you because I want you to understand that as hard as you see me work, you got to work 10 times harder as well. Because I'm gonna give you the 25%, but you got to give me 75. And that's a whole 100 right there. So that way you understand the do's and the don'ts. You understand the hard work. You understand nothing is given to you. And that's why mentors are important. Most people don't understand that nothing is given to you because you don't have mentors that actually teach you. Most people go out into the world and be like, oh, this is supposed to be given to me. Like, nah, man, you got to work hard for it. You got to build your name. You got to work hard for the respect. And I mean, some people can give you respect at the gate. Like, for example, like me, I give everybody respect at the gate. But now, as time go on, of course, you're going to earn some respect. You can't just like call yourself certain things. You can't talk certain talk the talk if you really don't walk the walk in the sense for because it's people like me or people like other people out there that actually work so hard to get where they are. And it's like, dang, bro, it's like in the sense of spit in the face.
Facts, facts.
So that the mentors are very important to teach you that.
I like the language you use there in regards to like, you're as a mentor, you're going to give them, your 25, but they got to fulfill the rest. And I think like for those of you who maybe didn't catch that or understand what that means, it's a lot of times we pop into situations where we see somebody we want to be like or somebody we want to learn from, and we hit them up, but we don't provide them any value. You know what I'm saying? You got to come in with providing value. And then on top of that, you can't expect for them to just give you all the game right up front, or else it's not really teaching. When you just get everything up front, you didn't learn shit. You just got it. You just like got whatever you got or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But if you put in the work and you just you take what the mentor gives you and you do something with it,
Yes,
that's what
sir.
matters. You got to do something with that 25, whatever they give you, 10, 5, 1, like they're in a better place than you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And you can get there too, but got to put in the work. So I like the language you use there. So you pick up the camera after senior year. You find a mentor. He helps you out. He gives you a few opportunities, and he gives you a specific opportunity where you weren't expected to be put out there like that just by yourself, but you figured it out, made it happen, and from there, that kind of inspires you to just take off from there. So let's talk a little bit about the last few years. Like, what is how would you describe your photography's like evolution? Like, where did it start out? Like your type of photography, or how would you describe it in 2013 versus 2020?
Okay, I'm gonna keep it on. I'm keeping a buck with you. I left for 2 years, so I ain't. I'm be completely honest. I lost the love for it. I was like, I was so stressed out because I felt like I needed to be on a certain level, but little did I know, you have to work hard to get to that level. So that's why, like, whenever somebody talks to me, I tell them straight up, I can talk to you that type of way because I've been through it. So I know, don't give up. I know how it feels to give up. So the evolution came from when I had first did the shots with Manuela. So when I first started shooting her, her and Chris, I don't know if anybody knows Swap, Chris Swap, and her was basically like, yo, you got to pick back up the camera. We need someone who can shoot. And I had the mindset for it. I went out and bought the camera and everything like that. Took it back because I got so frustrated because I had to relearn things. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, nah, bro, this ain't gonna work. I was at work and I'm just like, man, I'm ready to really do this. Like I'm ready to really, really do this. So I was blessed to have someone named Karishna that I be shooting with a lot. That's her right there on that photo. She actually had a camera. It was a T3R. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's start off with this. Let's start back off. I got it for free to be able to shoot with it. And I started shooting. And I was like, okay, I need to get better. I need to get better, get better. So I really look up to New York photographers. New York photographers style are they're remarkable. They're raw, but they tell a story. They have a set behind it. They have everything within it. And I was like, okay. I said, bro, I love the way New York photographers shoot. Like, I don't have a favorite photographer. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Most of the people ask me, these photographers by their work. If I look at some people's work, I know I'm by work, but most of the times I try to keep up myself and not too many of them because then that's basically that gets me knocked off my grind and knocked off my mindset. Because if I look at somebody, I'm gonna try to, in a sense, everybody does this without even trying. You're gonna look at your work and judge your work now, and that's something I don't do. So I try to really stay focused within my perimeter. Um, so the evolution now that I got a team, that really boosted everything up. I got an MUA, creative director, a set builder, and another photographer. So now that I have all that, my work has now gotten better. It's telling a story better. It's showing more. It's remarkable. I can honestly say that. Yeah, but I can honestly say I'm not where I need to be just yet though. I got a little bit more. I can't wait till I hit that potential, and I've been pushing, pushing, pushing to reach that. But we gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
I love it. I love it. I love it. One thing I love is, the individuals I know you best for shooting are individuals who are kind of there at the start when you were like getting back started again. So I love to hear that. I don't know those individuals personally, but like I just know them from IG. I apologize if I pronounced their names incorrectly, but the lady in the photo behind you said Krishna.
Yes.
Correct. Perfect. Like I see her, she's fire. She's like she goes crazy with the modeling. Also, you go crazy with shooting her. And then what was her name? Men what men man
Manuela.
Manuela, she's freaking beautiful and amazing behind the camera, her like in front of the camera, and you do crazy job shooting her. And those are like the two individuals like I got put on to you like through like, you know, I was like saw pictures of them like on by Design Mag or here and there, and I'm like, oh, that's fire. Who shot this? And then I'm like,
Yes,
boom, I'm
yes.
like, oh, it's crazy. Yeah. So shout out to them and shout out to you. And I love that they've been there since like the restart, you know, the reignition of of your brand, of your story in regards to photography. So that's super fire. Um, so how exactly did you learn the game of photography? Like, is it YouTube videos? Is it reading blogs? Was it like just standing next to other photographers? Like, how'd you learn like settings on the camera? How did you learn like the eye you need to have or what the background should look like? How did you learn some of these things?
Mentors, mentors, hands-on, and a little bit of YouTube. Most of it is trial and error. It's like I'll say, like again, it's gonna be, let's just do this. You got 50%, 50% trial and error within myself, and the 25% mentors and 25% YouTube. YouTube I barely go to, but my cousin, he's making me learn, like watch more and more and more about YouTube. So I'm getting more into like watching somebody do things. That does help me. But that goes back to what we were saying about mentors. People who know the game more than you, it's easier to get because now you got your camera, they got their camera, they can show you. And if you can really, if you have good memory and you just like repetition, you good. You can keep doing it. You can keep doing it to where then when you're in, let's say you learn how to do lighting. So now we're in a dark spot, you can now mix and match, mix and match, mix and match to where now you're getting the hang of when you, it don't matter if you're in dark, light, it doesn't matter. You're going to know exactly how to do things. And you've been messing up so much on your own to where now when you get to a model or a job or anything like that, you automatically grasp it. It just comes to you like second nature. You like, okay, bet maybe if I do this, boom. Or if you see something wrong, you like, well, what can I fix? What can I fix? Okay, maybe I need to fix my ISO. Bet, boom, knock that out. So now your pictures are coming out exactly how you want it, or at least close to it to where you can fix it.
I love that. I love that. And for those individuals who are listening who maybe aren't photographers, but they're looking for a mentor, how did you go about finding a mentor? Like, how can the person go about discover, like, you know, reaching out to a mentor? Like, how would you suggest they go about doing that?
Okay, so I'm gonna put it like what I did. So my very first mentor was Alili. I seen Alili, had the camera and everything like that. I was like, okay, I made sure that I was actually ready and prepared because you don't want to waste people's time. You always got to really be prepared and ready because when you go to a mentor, always remember your mentor is very, very busy. So they're taking the time out to actually give you knowledge. This is free game. So it's like you have to know and be prepared to actually soak up the game. So I went and I seen him and I was like, bro, can you teach me? And he asked me, like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. So what he did was gave me the camera and he started to let me do trial and error and I'm shooting. And he taught me how to do white balance and everything like that, got me together. Most mentors I basically went out and asked, but it was one mentor, his name Basilio. He actually told me, well, he was like, bro, I need to meet him. And I didn't even know it all, bro. Like we never really talked or whatever the case may be. I didn't go to one of her shoots because that's when I was supposed to meet him. And he already knew who I was, which really shocked me because he's big in the game. Already did stuff for Playboy, Vogue, Wilhelmina models, IG models, all them. So it's like now I want to be his mentee. I like, bro, I got to be this. Met him, cool person, one of the best people. I'm glad and blessed to call him my brother. And got T. So these are a list of my mentors. You got Alili, you got T. Irvin, you got Basilio, and you got Tavoris. Tavoris helps me out a lot. And right now, that's pretty much it. As far as mentors, people I can call on, and everything like that. I am about to get mentored by this lady named Jill. She's excellent at like basically product shooting. So I've been wanting to get into product shooting a lot. Reached out to her, met her in person, and I was like, I really am humbly like blessed that you were able to mentor me and I really want to sit down. I really want to work with you. So that's all you really got to do is just be ready and just be willing to basically understand that you don't know nothing, and you have to learn, and you got to be willing and ready to learn, no matter how they talk to you, no matter how hard they are on you. Just know they hard on you for a reason, because that's how it is in the real world. Nothing's easy.
I love that. I love that. Man, that's so important because, I just talked about this on my Instagram the other day. Nothing's worse than having an opportunity presented to you at the door, but not being prepared for it. So sometimes people bring opportunities to their own front door, even when they're not prepared. And what that means is exactly what, you just said to not do. It's like, don't hit people up in their Instagram DMs, comment under them, text them, call them, and say, I want to be mentored by you. I want your help. I want to come learn from you, but you're not prepared to be serious. First and foremost, you're not prepared to actually listen. You're not prepared to really tap in and commit. At that point, you're wasting the individual's time. And when you do that once with somebody who tries to, take some time out for you, you kind of lost your opportunity with them. And so, definitely be ready. Definitely don't be one of those individuals who gets an opportunity provided to them and then totally bombs it because
Blow
they
it.
weren't ready. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Also, I'm definitely gonna hit you up here in a few weeks in regards to product shoots if you're starting to do that. Because as soon as I get this new shipment of shirts in, I'm trying to get some better shit because my shit look terrible on my Instagram.
Hey, I got you. I got you, brother. I got you.
Emma,
No, we
Emma,
actually work. We work with brands. We work with a lot of brands. As far as like product shoot, I'm trying to get more into like shooting, like if somebody got lip glosses, but
yeah,
making it
yeah.
look hard, sunglasses and stuff like that. I'm like basically I'm teaching myself how to shoot those things, those items, to make it crisp, to make it presentable, to make it the best that it can. And also having a creative director, we building sets around the whole idea and actually bringing those to life. So where if the sunglasses right there, say for instance, like the brand loves forest. It's like a forest type of glass. So actually building a forest around those
I
glasses
get
and
it.
actually bringing the glasses to life.
It's like
So nothing boring.
creating a scenery, creating a setting for the
So
product. I get it. That's fire. That's
yes,
super
sir.
fire. Well, I'm ready to see that come to life. Whatever products you guys end up working with, I'm ready to see that. Also, just because you brought up two things that are around products, shout out to Pink Lip Cosmetics here in Kansas City. Fire stuff, ladies, go check them out.
Big
Black owned makeup business. And then shout out to Soggy International. They got some fire ass sunglasses out here in Kansas City as well. So
Hey, shout out to LRK. She, hey, you gotta go shout with LRK. Hey, if you love her, put her in LRK. That's all I'm gonna say. If you love her, put her on LRK.
hey, I
And
will
shout out
put
to
it in.
Swap too. Shout out to Swap
Man,
and
shout
Dead
out to
World. Dead
Spot.
Worldwide. Dead
Shout out to
Worldwide
Dead
is one
World.
of
I
those
like what
best.
you, boy. That boy's
Yes,
killing it. I love.
hey, I am blessed. I am blessed to have him in my life. Like him, like
He's nice.
he's yeah, like that's my little brother, and I love it. Like I love him to death. That's like that's somebody. That's one of the people that I took under my wing, and I would never let do anything crazy. I try to keep him right on track because I see the biggest future for him. So like I try to be that person in his life to where, hey, he can call me just to vent. He be like, hey, I'm calling you just to vent. I'm like, all right, what's up? What we talking? Let's get it. Like his spirits uplift me. I'm gonna be honest. Like their world, Hood Picasso, like when he calls me, it's like one of the best feelings because he be so excited. He be like, yo, I'm in the best spirits. I could be down. But it's crazy because it's the same way. Like I can just be like, dang, why is bro on my mind? I call him. He said, bro, that's crazy. He said, cause boy, I was like, let's talk. What's up? What we talking about? Let's get it. So like that, he's a big motivation for me as far as like in my business. Both businesses, my brand and the clothing brand and photography, because they're all under me. But those two, both business aspects, bro, he keep me motivated, and I gotta respect it.
I love that. I'm glad you shared that because, man, the importance, the importance of brotherhood, the importance of black man supporting black man is literally like major, to have somebody you can really like invest in and really, because oftentimes men in general, outside of the color of their skin, feel like based off of like the toxic masculinity culture of society that you can't express emotions, that you can't
Yes,
feel emotions, that you can't cry, that you can't be sad, that you can't like feel like pain, like you're not supposed to according to society. And then it's even worse when it comes to in the black community for men, like we ain't got nobody to look to,
to
and
actually lean on.
right, and then it's you really want to invest in your brother, but you think like culture makes it feel like it's weird to do that. Nah, like call your brother, man, and be there. I love that. So thank you for sharing that, man. So shout out to Dan, shout out to Swap, shout out to LRK, shout out to the whole KC, man. Shout
Yeah,
out
the
to
whole
everybody.
kid, just you feel me?
So I have a
Yes, sir.
question, and I may be my bad if I'm incorrect on this. Is first off, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but is the management company under you that a lot of the like is that something you run as well? I can't say the first part. It starts with an A. Uh,
You talking about ultra management?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Can't say, man.
Hey, we'll skip that.
No, I just play. No, that is something that I am blessed to be a part of. Um, it wasn't. Let me say this. It wasn't my idea. It was her idea. It was something that she really loves. She really loves the fact that she really loves modeling. Anything dealing with modeling, that's what she loves. That's anything. So when she brought it to my attention, I was like, okay, we about to do this. Let's do it. I'm like, what we doing? So one day after we did the KCTV5 thing, we went down and we got her LLC and everything taken care of. All everything done with the business got taken care of. And now I'm blessed to be able to be right there as it grows and grows and grows. So for me, it's not mine. I am blessed to be a part of it and blessed to put my hand in it and have my hand is like on the side of it. But I give her all credit. Her all credit. I'm just behind her 100% of the way on that.
I love that. I love that. Well, I will say all the models provided and all the opportunities that I see with that name connected to it is always beautiful artwork, always beautiful people, men and women. So shout out to the whole
Yes.
squad,
Yes. They are hard workers and they're excellent. They're excellent. We were blessed to have every last one of them.
man. So on to this, man. If you were to think of your life mission, what would you say that is, man? Like for when you think about your life from now until the day you pass, like what's the direction you're moving in? What's your mission statement for you, like you personally, internally?
Being the voice. And when I say being the voice, like I said, I'm technically in the sense to people, I'm still a kid. But I am a voice. I've been a voice for my people. So that's like when the things happen around the world, when the world was stopped with the quarantine and got out and I showed the world what it was looking like. Okay. Then when the things happen with the whole situations with them killing us, keep killing. So I went out and I actually felt I want to go out and I want to document every step of the way. Also, like being able to put my people on Vogue Italia. I got all black models on Vogue Italia. My goal is to everything must be black. I want them to show. I want them to show us the same respect as our counterparts. And I like, don't get me wrong. Like I understand certain things, yeah, but I know people who can kill looks 10 times better, and they don't get the opportunity because of our skin. So that's why you see me shooting with so many African American models because I have shown that we can kill it. I am a product of my environment, but I am a good product of my environment because I came from, you know, the ins and outs of life, don't know what you're gonna do, don't know what you're gonna be, don't know if you're gonna go down that road. But I am, in a sense, a diamond in the rough. I am blessed to be able to have all the people around me that molded me into this diamond to now I can push back out and shine. So I I always mentor people. I always pick African American models. I always try to do things that's going to help your business. Like I just want to see you win. And especially if you're people like me, if you're a person like me, I'm going to go hard. So my mission is to go hard for the people that's like me and to make sure you get the equal opportunity. You can walk on my back. I didn't put the shoes in the snow, deep snow. My feet frostbitten, but as long as your feet is warm, I'm okay. So I'm willing to, bite the bullet and, try new things and to see how they're going to react to it to where I know I could tell you can do the same exact thing. That's what I want. I don't mind being the front soldier for my people as far as like photographers. Like I'm blessed to be able to show that you need a team. Like And I tell people, you need a team. Your team is your key to success. Like you can walk through the jungle by yourself, yeah, but the question is, are you gonna make it out? But as a team, you can walk in the jungle, and each one of y'all got different strategies that can make y'all survive. And nobody understands that. And I want to show people that, hey, I can be a one-man army only to a certain extent, and I always need my soldiers with me. So like that right there is like something that I'm really really stuck on. So that's my
Okay.
mission, is to put my people on.
The voice. Big the voice. I love that, man. That was powerful. That was important. Whew, you see, now you got me catching my breath. You know, when you hear something fire and you like, hold up, cuz, let me
Hey,
breathe real quick.
hey, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Gotta breathe.
You feel me?
I feel you. I feel you. I
Man,
feel
I
you.
love that, man. So we've talked about, your mission. We've talked about your early origin story. We've talked about what you do for work. Can you tell me some of the most challenging parts about being an entrepreneur over the past 7 to 9 years? Like what, maybe give me one thing, because I know there's a lot of things that are challenging, but what's one thing that stands out to you as like extremely challenging about this journey that you're on?
Motivation.
Mm,
Motivation is the key to success. If you don't motivate yourself, your business is going to crumble. Because you can hear the same thing. You can do it. You can do it. This looks great. This is awesome your whole life. But if it's not in you, then you're basically ailed. You're going to screw yourself. Like I just told a couple people, I was like, no, actually, I just told my cousin this. And I was so upset with him because he called me, because he's the other photographer that works with me. He was like, yo, this lady, she hit me up and she was like, yeah, everybody at work been talking about my work and everything like that. And she just want to book with me. And I was like, all right, bet. I'm excited, so excited. And he was like, and I just asked her, did you see my work? And she was like, no. She was like, but I heard it was good and I want to book with you. And I asked her again, did you see my work? And I cut him off. I said, bro, stop doing that. I said, bro, because the moment you just asked her twice, she just lost confidence in you within that second time. First time asking you, you saying, did you see my work? You shouldn't be asking nobody to see your work. You should already know that, hey, if somebody talking, obviously your work is good. Motivate yourself. Because as soon as you start having self-doubt, you just crumbled the bridge. You have to keep building, keep building. Hey, I can be great. I'm going to be great. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep striving. Because if you don't, and you keep saying, yeah, it could have been better. I could have did more. Uh, that's not as great. And you just basically, but are you understanding that you're not even giving yourself the understanding that, bro, you just surpassed yourself that you was last year. You're actually 10 times better. But you're just looking at everybody's work, or you're just losing motivation because you're not as far as you think you are, but you're not even giving yourself the credit of how far you actually came. You want yourself to go 10 times, you want yourself to go 10 steps in 2 seconds, but did you know that you just went 2 steps in 2 seconds?
mm,
That's
mm.
right there. So now let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do that 5 times. Now we just took 10 steps. So how are you going to take the 10 steps if you get stuck at that 2 step and you like, oh, it's not that great. So now you stuck. When you got a person that just came into the game that's now surpassed you because they kept going with that motivation. They knew they was gonna get better. They knew they was gonna be great. They knew couldn't nothing stop them. Motivation is the key. If you don't have motivation, you don't have anything. You have self-doubt. You don't have love. Then that's when you start losing the love for your passion. And now you just lost it. Something that you was so great at, but you couldn't see it because you was letting just them people, them 50% people talk, but you didn't listen to the other half that was actually giving you the right knowledge. So like just little things like that. Like motivation is the key. That small word. That small word is the biggest key to your success.
Man, motivate yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Motivate yourself, man. It's internal. It's
Yes,
internal.
it's internal.
That was
It's
fire, man.
internal.
And take it two step by two step, ladies and gentlemen, not 10 step by
Yes.
10 step.
You know, like a lot of people don't understand, bro. Like I was this is kind of out of context, but it's not at the same time. It was this lady. She had posted what she got her. It was on Twitter. She, everybody people posted stuff on Twitter all the time. She had posted what she got her boyfriend. And she got her like PS5, the PS5 headset, Gucci slides, and everything like that, and Palms Angel. Somebody was asking. Somebody was like, "Where do y'all work?" But people don't understand is that you actually plan out things. You can do things inch by inch. So the PS5 is only gonna be what $500. So to plan for that. So that's your first knockout. So if your check is $1,000, take out two. Then another check, take out another two. Then another check, take out that one. Go buy. That's your PS5. The headset is 200. That one check, that's the headset. Put that to the side. No Gucci slides you want. That's 200. Take that 200 out. Boom. So now when his birthday coming, you already bought things inch by inch to where it's a big gift. Most people don't understand is that you got to take it inch by inch to get up. You don't go a whole mile. When you run across country, it's jogging. But they don't understand that jogging is actually harder than sprinting, because when you're jogging, you have to keep a pace. So when you're looking at things inch by inch, you're scared because now I feel like you're not getting anywhere. But little did you know you're actually getting there, but you're getting there smarter. But it might be a little slow. It's like the turtles in the hare. Yeah, he was slow, but guess what? You thought you could run, but he had a strategy. His strategy was him going at his own pace. You can't go off of everybody's pace. You got to go off your own pace. And then look, you'll end up reaping the benefits. It might take a couple of years. Yeah, that man probably make a big break. That's cool. That woman probably business probably been booming. But guess what? When it's your time, your fruit's probably gonna be as big as you can eat. And you just gonna sit back and look back like, damn, it was a long time coming, but I'm here. And I did not give up. I'm here. I fought my way through this. And you have nothing, you have way more respect for yourself. Because it's a feeling within you like, hey, can't nobody tell me nothing. That's the feeling that you're gonna get inside because you did that. You're gonna have your mentor that's gonna always be able to tell you what you're doing wrong. That's another thing. But one thing is for certain, two things for sure, you kept up with it. You are now eating your fruits. Your fruits is now watered, and now they nurtures in you. So that's it.
That's major. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening right now, my God is dropping game. My God is dropping gems, diamonds,
Free
pearls,
game, free game, free
tanzanite,
game, free
granite.
game, free game,
My
free
God
game.
dropping a lot of gems for y'all right now. So I want y'all to run the past 20 minutes back, maybe 15 minutes of straight fueguito. And just be reminded that the marathon continues, man. Everything you were saying right there was really just bringing back memories of Nip, man. So rest in peace to Nip, and
Man,
keep
what
running
a
your
guy.
marathon, keep going inch by inch. I love it. I love it, man. See, I'll be doing these little man. If you hear me say "man" more than 3 times in 10 seconds, that means you said something fire. Love it. I
Hey, I
love it.
feel it. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that.
Yes, sir.
Most
So
definitely.
for man, you kind of answered my next question. You not kind of, you answered my next question. My next question was going to be one piece of advice for those, stepping into entrepreneurship. But I think you just answered that essentially with in regards to like you have to have that internal motivation. You have to take it step by step. You know what I'm saying? Because
I would say the advice for that on some real stuff, get a team.
mm,
My mentor, my most recent mentor was like, you're gonna need a team. And growing up again with the mentality, I don't need no team. I've been doing this my whole life. I don't need this. But can you do makeup? Can you do hair? Can you set build? Can you do all that at once? No. I am blessed to have all my members of my team, Ariane, the MUA. I'm blessed to have her. I'm blessed to have my creative director and my set builder, Manuela. I'm blessed to have my PR, Karishna. I'm blessed to have my other photographer, JD, and I'm blessed to have my mentee, Riot. I'm blessed to have all of them within my group. And I just got a stylist and working with her right now. So I'm blessed to have all of them in my life because honestly, all the work y'all see now is because I went out and got a team. My team is my backbone. Like it's a family. Like when we together, it's like a dream team. It's like, yo, we going in, we getting it. My team, somebody can come in and be having a bad day. But hey, when you come in there, We're gonna talk about it. What's up? What's going on? What you going through? We're gonna get this work done. It's like it's just a remarkable feeling. And as an entrepreneur, you're gonna need that because you can't. That's why, like I used to go to work and I used to be like, if it wasn't for us, y'all wouldn't be making no money. But I always had to remember, and this is when I got into the entrepreneur field. That man up there going through way more than what we going through down here.
Mm,
We're just part of the team. We're part of the business. And I had to look at that as an entrepreneur status too. Cause I'm like, yeah, my workers is out there working hard. What can I do to make their job easier?
man,
So certain things I don't put certain things on their plate. I make sure that they just focus on, excuse me, their their field. You are MUA, focus on MUA. You ain't gotta worry about the business. All right, you might the photographer, focus on that. You ain't gotta worry about the business. You're a creative director slash model coach. Don't worry about that. I got everything. I'm blessed to be able to now have a weight off my shoulders. I don't have to go out and look for those things because now I done built a team around me that where it's in a sense a blueprint. Because before I even met my mentor, I never met no photographers that really had a team that actually had it. It's always they doing it themselves. And like a lot of people come to me and tell me, they be like, bro, like you actually got a team. I'm like, yeah, man, like I'm blessed. I came back into the game. Technically, only back in the game for a year. And I didn't came so far because of my team. I'm so blessed and humble. Like I don't do that alone. Like a lot of people be thinking like, oh, it's just a one-man show. I say we. Don't say I when you speak of me. When you speak of Toriru, you can say I. But when you speak of Toriru photos or Toriru world, that's we. Because we are a team. I'm not taking the fruits on my own. And that's a word of advice to any entrepreneurs. When you out here, it ain't gonna be no more I no more. You gotta start thinking as we, because that team is gonna make sure y'all all eat. And that's just something that I always was blessed to be able to, understand like, dang, I am blessed to have that. I am blessed to have them. That's where the mentors come in at. I'm blessed to show other people that, hey, you're gonna need this. You're gonna need a team. I'm blessed to be able to mentor and show somebody that. And that's why mentors gotta understand that. Get back. A lot of people be in the game for so long and they feel like they don't have to get back. And I always tell people, bro, you was once in their shoes too. And you probably didn't have nobody that want to give you the time of day, but when are you gonna break the cycle? So you're gonna be just like the people that didn't want to give you the time of day because they didn't want nobody want to help you out, but you got this young fella or this young lady that want help and is reaching out to you, and they've been putting in the work. They just need your help to make them better. So two things: either you selfish or you scared.
man.
That's that you selfish or you scared. And for me, I'm never scared. I want you to be better than me because it's enough money to eat. That's enough. It's enough people out here to shoot. It's enough people out here to work with. I don't care. Like I get turned down a lot because of my prices because they want to go to somebody else. I'm perfectly fine with that. As long as you get your work done, that's totally fine with me. I don't care. As long as your pictures come out how you want it, I do not care. Like my other photographer, like I tell him this every day. I said, bro, you want to know something? He said, what's up? I said, bro, you gonna be better than me. Cause like, what you mean? I said, bro, you literally just showed me how to do things that I didn't even know how to do, and I'm your mentor. I said that right there is gonna be that's the blessing. That right there just shows you that yo, you working hard. Because I didn't know how to do a 3 light setup until my cousin showed me how to do a 3 light setup. I didn't know how to do none of that. I was always using 1 light. Didn't know how to do none of that. I most of the things that he call and tell me, I'd be like, huh. I told him, I said, yo, I'm gonna be honest. He said, what's up? I said, yo, I said, I need every video that you watch, I need you to send it to me. Everything you want me to do learn, I need you to send it to me. Anything you learn, send it to me so we can be together. And I was like, anything I learned, I said, you gonna know. Anything I know, you gonna know. Because I said when it comes to read photos, I need both of us to be neck and neck to where whoever shoot with us, they know that hey, when they come to read photos, it's gonna get the best. I said I got MUAs, you got an MUA. I got a creative director, you got a creative director. I got a PR, you got a PR. We are a team. Anything I got, he would call me like, man, I need this. I'm like, bro, why you need to do that when you got a team? Quit thinking as I. It's we now. Because if you look bad, I'm gonna look bad. If I look bad, you look bad. If anybody in the team look bad, we all look bad. Because now it's not an I anymore, it's a team. We're all associated with each other. You can't. It's like an artist. Hey, I signed this artist. If you go out here and kill somebody off the flip, that's looking bad on me.
Right.
If you go out here and do something, hey, what you gonna do about it? Like, damn, now I'm stuck. That's why I took the time to actually build my team. I give people trial and errors. I'm like, yo, what can we do? Well, we're like, hey, I'm gonna give you a test. I'm gonna give you a model. Like our MUA, she did the face, killed it, nailed it on the first shot. I said, yep, we want her. Creative director, killed it, nailed it. Set bill, killed it, nailed it. My photographer, I told him, this is exactly what I told him. I said, yo, he said, what's up? I said, I'm about to kick you off the team if you don't up your equipment. I said, I've been telling you too long to up your equipment so you can see the true potential of your work. Guess what he did? A week later, hey, I'm trying to shoot with this new camera. I said, oh, so you got a new camera now? He said, yep, and I got some lights. I said, okay, then let's see. Next thing you know, boom, magic. Now everybody's starting to see the true potential that he has. So as an entrepreneur, be the voice. You now have to you have to be somebody else's mentor. You now have to show people that, hey, this ain't no game. You have to now go out and support each other. A lot of entrepreneurs don't support each other, but little do they know that's how people get farther. It ain't no one man show because that person might know something better than you, and you can reach out. Now, if that person don't reach back out, hey, so be it. But
Right.
one thing I'm always telling somebody, no matter how many times you reach out, you're gonna hear some no's. But when you hear that yes, take that to full extent because don't take it lightly because that one yes can overcome all them no's. Because always take your lesson, take a little part of from that lesson and piece it to yourself. You now making all your gears turn to where it's a perfect machine. For game, man. I love doing that. I love talking to people, man. I love telling people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And that's what you're gonna understand as an entrepreneur. You're gonna hear things that you gotta hear and you don't want to hear. It's gonna be tough. Like I tell people, everybody always told me my first 2 years is gonna be tough. My first 2 years was hell. And now since I came back in it, I'm just in my first year, it's hell. But it's 10 times easier because I have people to take things off my back.
Mm.
Things that I didn't have before, I have it now. I don't have to overthink about makeup. I don't have to overthink about editing. I don't have to overthink about set building. I don't have to overthink about anything like that because the simple fact of it is the hard work I put behind myself, but also the people I went out and recruited for my team. Everybody in the Toriru photos was go-getters. Everybody in the Toriru photos, they had literally, we grew together. Our MUA, we gave her her first shot. It's like in a sense professional. Took off. Creative director, first shot, took off. My first shot working with a team, took off. I'm blessed to be able to build something that was able to help people understand their worth and understand their value more that they can understand it themselves. And that helped me understand my work and my value. And I'm blessed to be able to be the entrepreneur that I am today. Even though it get hard, like I try not to think about 9 to 5s. I try not to think about any of that. I'll be like, okay, how can I do this myself?
Yep. Stay
And like I
focused.
tell people straight, so I tell people 9 to 5s are cool. If you need to go to a 9 to 5 to build up your business, use them. Use them. Go with the mentality. Hey, I just want y'all to know I'm only here for a good time, not a long time. I walked into my job. Hey, for real, I walked into my job. I said, y'all know I'm about to quit, right? They said, no, you're not. I said, okay. I said, y'all know that's my last day. I thought I was playing. I went in, did my little boat thing for them, for the people I was cool with for the union. That was the last day they saw me. Last day they saw me. Next now, everybody from my job was like, yo, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of how far you came. And sometimes I can get teary-eyed thinking about it. I'm like, bro, I really am. I really been in business for a whole year by myself.
Man, it's a
Like,
beautiful thing.
wow. Like, yeah. So as an entrepreneur, you need a team. You need a team.
Be
Get
the
a
be,
team.
be the voice and build a team. I love that. I love
Be a
that.
voice and build a team, bro.
Man, well,
You gotta
hey,
do.
bro, you've been killing it. You've been killing it. You know, I say this with a lot of my interviewees. It's just because I feel like I ain't never like get off all the questions I want to get off. So you know, we're gonna have to do a part two. My interview,
Hey, I'm with it.
my
I'm
guests are
with
like,
it.
my guests be like, you always say that. I'm like, that's because it's gonna happen. I mean, I ain't lying. but
Hey, look, I'm
but
gonna say this. I'll give you anytime you need. Just hit me. Hey, you can do a part two whenever. I respect everything you're doing. It's um it's a blessing for you to even take the time out to even get me on here, honestly. That's why I take it to heart for real because you didn't have to do that. It don't matter how big or how small or anything like that. I take all that to heart because you took the time out to actually, but hey, I want you on here. That right there, low key gave me joy. I was like, okay, this is
Hey, when
time, bro. This is
you
it.
nice, you nice. Like it is what it is. When you put off good energy into the world, you gonna get it in return. It's kind of like what you were saying, like your fruits of your labor. I know I'm not no fucking complex or anything like that, but at the end of the day, it's like when I'm seeing you work the past year. Like I just moved back to Kansas City this time last year from LA, and it's like I was like, all right, let me get in touch with the culture like out here because I wasn't in touch before I left, and so I was like, and I'm just like, damn, this nigga's nice. I'm like, son is nice. You know what I'm saying? When
Thank you, thank you.
when you taking it in for months at a time, it's hard not to want to hop on the interview with bro. So there's definitely more questions I want to ask you, but due to the time, I'm gonna ask you one final question. And that question is: it's your last day on Earth. It's your last day on Earth. All the photos, all the garments, all the YouTube videos, all the podcasts, everything you've done has to leave with you. So there's nothing left on earth left like with your name, but your grandkids are sitting right in front of you and you looking down at them and you have to give them a piece of advice on how to live life. What you gonna tell them?
Forever, stay true to yourself. Always have a vision. Be you. Stay motivated. Never try to be something that you're not. Because at the end of the day, if you try to be something you're not your whole life, you just die not being organic. A lot of people don't understand that. I think about that all day, every day. What do you want to be known for? What what is your ideal goal? What are you leaving behind? And honestly, man, I'm blessed to leave Toriru behind. Like, yo, like no matter what, like if I was to be going today, this right here, Toriru will always stand strong, no matter what. And that's what I would tell my grandkids. Build character, stay strong. Because at the end of the day, if you ain't got nothing, you got your word, you got your pride, and you got your dignity. And no matter what, I always remain humble. I give people all their respect. I give people their fruits because the simple fact of it is I want to be known for that. I don't want to be known to being an asshole. I don't want to be known for being somebody who didn't give people opportunities. I don't want to be known for somebody who's like fake. And when I say fake, a lot of people forget where they come from because they get a little bit of money or they get a little bit of shine. But you gotta understand, bro, it's somebody back where you come from that really needs that motivation. And they're crying out. They're trying to reach out. So I want my kids and my grandkids to understand that, like, yo, I got to stay focused. I gotta be the one who can make it and be able to take back fruit. As a man, you go out like they go out, what you go out and you go hunt. It's your job to bring back food for your family. So let's go out. Your food is your name. If I ain't got nothing, I got my name. If I ain't got nothing, like I said, I got my pride, I got my dignity, I got my respect. And at the end of the day, that's gonna help you because you don't know who. It's like, let's say for instance, like you become one of the biggest podcasts, right? And let's say that you got connections and you come up off this big opportunity and you hit me up because the simple fact of it is the way I actually was because you can see the genuincy was inside me. Like that happened to me multiple times. I'm like, dang, thank you. Like, and it was because of the person I was. And I want my grandkids to understand that no matter what happens in life, somebody's always going to have you, and they're going to come at the perfect time. But you have to remain yourself. So that way, when it comes that time, you're ready, you're prepared. Yeah. So I tell my grandkids.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for your time today. Thank you for the words, the gems, the inspiration, the good vibes, and thank you for providing such beautiful artwork, for the community and for the world. So many people are consuming that content. People you don't even know are consuming it and are getting inspired by it, inspired by the beauty of the shots you take of people who look like us and bringing out the beauty of our melanated skin, the beauty of our stories, and you do a lot of powerful work through your creativity. So keep it up. And again, before we hop off, let them know where they can find you on Insta, Twitter. Where can they support you? How can they help you?
Okay, so all my Twitter handles and Instagram handles are the same. So you can do it's Toriru Photos, Toriru Photos, or Toriru World, Toriru World. Those are the socials. Those are the handles on both socials. And yeah, I'm looking to hopefully create with some of you. I have some big things coming for our people. So I'm like so excited. So yeah, make sure y'all follow me to stay tuned for every step of the way.
Major, major. All right. Well, thank you again. Sending love to you and yours. And I know you're on your way to take care of some business. So kill it, man, and have a blessed
Yes,
evening.
sir.
We'll we'll
Hey,
we'll, we'll keep you updated on when the interview's coming out. You feel me?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Thank you, my boy.
Blessings. All
Love.
right, ladies and gentlemen, the Culture Talks. This is CIZZ. You dig? Salute.